Om Sthapakaya cha dharmasya sarvadharmasvarupine Avatara Varisthaya Ramakrishna Te Namaha. Namaskar to all of you. Welcome to the study of Bhagavad Gita. We are in the process of studying the 19th, 20th verses of the second chapter. We shall begin the proper study. Before that, we will chant two verses from the meditation on Bhagavad Gita. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Grathitam Puranamunina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamritavarshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyam Ambatvam Anusandadhami Bhagavad Gita Bhavadveshinim Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsachadoramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. We were studying the 19th, completed the studying of the 19th verse with the simple meaning and the detailed meaning, and also how will that be useful and relevant to our life. We also found that similar verse is also there in the Upanishad, one of the Upanishad, Kathopanishad. So now we should be reminded in one of the meditation verses, it is told Bhagavad Gita is the essence of the Vedas. The original scriptures are the Vedas. The end or the summary of Vedas are Upanishad, that is called Vedanta. So now that was given to us by the rishis, the great saint, the seers, thousands of years back, maybe 50, 60,000 years back. Now, that was during those period when their social system and the other systems were completely different. And after that, during the time of Krishna, already that society, the whole world had changed a lot. Now came Lord Krishna when there was decline in the righteousness to give a correct understanding. So now Lord Krishna is giving the commentary of these Vedas, especially the Upanishad, to that period when he was in, when there was decline in righteousness or dharma, to make them understand, again go back to the original essence, that is the Vedanta. So many times you'll see the Upanishadic verses are verbatim, as it is, it can be seen in Bhagavad Gita. And you should note all the avatars, all the prophets, all the great saints have come to make, not to break. So they are always coming to give the essence of the Sanatana Dharma. So they are not coming to give something new. Yes, something new will be there, but that will be new to us. Just like the example may be a little odd, but think the modern day people can understand it better. That's why I'll give this example. Though it may be little indecent. What is that? Old wine in the new bottle. So it is just like that. The essence of the Upanishad and Vedas, at that time, long, long back, that Lord Krishna has given that to that time when he was living, and also after that many thousands of years that has been practiced, the Bhagavad Gita. So now that is made new and relevant to that time. Now again everything, that righteousness came down, they made all that thing brought down to their level, and people started, just like I told you, many of the verses of the Bhagavad Gita being misquoted or wrongly being applied, all that thing. So came Sri Ramakrishna, Swami Vivekananda, Mother Sharda Devi to give that for this age, to make it easy. That's why when I am teaching Bhagavad Gita or any other scriptures, I explain it in the light shown by the life of Sri Ramakrishna and teachings, and beautiful analytical way of explaining it by Swami Vivekananda, and Mother Sharda Devi has shown that, implementing that in her life. So now we are saying that exact verse which is there can be seen in here. What is that? In our Bhagavad Gita, that was in Kathopanishad. That was long, long back. And who has given Kathopanishad? As I gave you the story in the last session, it was given by, the Upanishad was given by none other than the king of death, Yamaraja, to Nachiketa, young boy. I told already the story. I will not go back to that story again because we have to focus on our teachings. So there in that, again, that is also 19th verse, first chapter, that portion of it, the 19th verse. Hanta chain manyate hantum, hataschain manyate hatam, ubhau tau na vijanitah, nayam hantina hanyate. It is the simple meaning of what Lord Yama is telling Nachiketa in the Kathopanishad. He is telling that the Atman, this Atman, again, this Atman means, don't confuse that Atman is somewhere here and there, it cannot be objectified. That is your real nature, which is within you. You are that. So that this Atman means this in you. The Atman, your true nature, this Atman, what is Yama telling here? Does not kill and is not killed. If a killer thinks that the Atman kills And if one who is being killed thinks that the Atman is killed, both of them do not know. This Atman, that is your true nature, does not kill or is not killed. See, in Bhagavad Gita also, the 19th verse in the second chapter is almost similar. What is that? Ya enam vetti hantaram yaschainam manyate hatam ubhau tau na vijanitah nayam hantina hanyate. What is the simple meaning of that verse, 19th verse in the Bhagavad Gita? Who considers, Lord Krishna is telling to Arjuna, who considers the Atman as the slayer and who considers the Atman as the slain, both of them do not know that it does not kill, nor is it killed. See, so similar. Now you may think, oh, copyright issue. Krishna is copied from Upanishad. No, you should not make that mistake. There is no copyright. Once, one of our senior Swamijis, he had written a beautiful song on Holy Mother Sharda Devi. It was very beautiful. So some other poet came. He wanted to use that poetry and copy it in his book. So he came to ask the permission. Then that Swamiji, his name was Swami Swatmaramanandaji Maharaj. He asked him, shall I copy that poem in my book? Can I use it? Told, why? Why are you asking me the permission? Do it? No, Swamiji, nowadays it is all copyright, plagiarism, and you may be booked or sued for that. So many other complications are there. And Swamiji told, don't worry about that at all. I'm not going to sue you. Why, Swamiji? You should have that copyright and you have to preserve it. No, no, no. He told, I don't have, I'm a sannyasin. This idea was given to me by God. So it is free to everybody. He told, I have no copyright and you have all the rights to copy. See what a wonderful saying. I don't have any copyright and you have all the rights to copy. See, all this, when you become more selfish, you want to make more money, that is mine, ego. So we will start doing all the copyrights. Now, as God has created this wonderful universe, anywhere has He written an autobiography of His, telling that I have created this world? Any autobiography of God? Nothing. We write autobiography. Our life may be very pathetic, but we will write all other things, name, fame, everything. So now there is no copyright issue at all, because the Lord had given that to the rishis at that time. Again, the same Lord coming in different form is giving to Arjuna at this time. Again, that will be the same truth will be given again and again and again. That's why the promise in Bhagavad Gita is yada yada hi dharmasya glanihi bhavati bharata. Whenever there is decline in righteousness, I'll come down again and again to lift up the righteousness. So at the philosophical level, he's giving that truth now. Righteousness had come down, Lord Krishna is giving the truth again. That's why it looks similar. So he has not copied it. The idea has been expressed in that language of that time. So again, you see, there Krishna is also talking about killing, because he's giving that on the battlefield, because Arjuna, who was a warrior, he is not going to perform his duty. He has given up his duty. That's why the word killing and other thing is coming. But why should in this Kathopanishad Yama tell that who is Yama? God of death, Yamaraj. What is his duty? To kill. To take away all the living beings when their time ends. So again, Yama is also telling the same thing. And couldn't they give any better example? No. Because act of killing is whether papa or punya is the highest thing, most active thing. You have to, that person has to do the highest action, papa or punya karma. That's why that has been taken here as example. Okay. Now, in the other classes we have studied about the Bhagavad Gita. Now we will go forward to see what Yama is telling Nachiketa. There, Yama is introducing, there also Lord Krishna introduced. What is that? The Atman, your Atman, can neither be killed nor it can kill anybody. Why? Because in you also it is the same Atman, consciousness, God. In other being also it is the same God. How can the God kill another God? Itself. Can I kill myself? No. So that's why it can't be killed. But here you have to note, what is this being killed and killing others? You have to deduce it into understanding words, terms. What is that? Akarta, abhukta. What is akarta? The doership, the sense of agency. We think that we are doing everything. We are the doers. That is karta. So killing means, if I think that I am killing somebody, means akarta, I am not the doer. You cannot do anything. The nature is doing everything. Then the other thing is abhukta. If you think that you are being killed, you are Atman, you cannot be killed. Only the body is getting killed or getting destroyed, or old age and all that, the other things. So what is that aspect there? That aspect is bhokta. What is meant by bhokta? Bhokta means enjoyership. So doership and enjoyership is being told. That is to be understood. So killing action means you have to deduce it to, I am doing, I think that I am going to do all these things. Then another thing is, I am going to enjoy bad or good karmas which I have done. So that is to be taken. So the Atman, your true nature, is not a doer of action or a reaper of fruits of action. Now we should note that any person, the doer of action, when you do some action, you will undergo change. Why? Your thought has changed. After performing the action, you will change. I'll give you an example. What is that example? Suppose you have a machinery. You use the machinery and start producing something. So it is doing some karma, isn't it? So if it goes on doing the work, what happens? There is a change in the machinery. What is that? It wears out. The machine will get worn out because it is performing the action. So there is change. Okay? If it doesn't work, it will just sit quiet. So do you think that there is no action? No, there will be action. What is that? It will get rusted. Suppose you think quiet and you are sitting like this. Do you think that you are not doing action? Intense action is taking place in your mind. So you're intensely thinking something, daydreaming and doing all that thing. After that, the thought is converted into action. That's why action is going on. So now you should note that whenever you perform any action, if you think you are the doer, then changes take place in you. Since you are Atman, your true nature, the God who resides in you, doesn't perform any action. So there is no change in him. Changes do not take place. It is said that Atman or God is changeless. It is free from karma. Therefore, it is also free from results of karma. First of all, now we will take note of what is this karma. Whenever I perform any action, it comes from the root word kru. Kru means to do, perform any action. Now, out of that we get results, good and bad. So whatever you do, we get results. Now that result is called papa or punya, the result, the fruit of action. What is papa? Whenever you do, think bad and do bad, harm others, it is papa, sin. Then if you do good, if you are thinking good, then that will produce you good result. That is punya. So the Sanskrit word karma, literally translated, means it comes from the root word kru, meaning to act. Karma refers to action or deeds in the past, in the present, and in the future. Karma includes physical as well as mental or psychological acts. So there are three types of karma. What are they in a general way? The first one is sanchita karma. See, you have done so many works and thought and everything in so many lives. So all that is accumulated and you carry that burden behind you. It is there in your subconscious mind. Everything is stored. Nothing goes away. See, now you are sitting here and you are hearing here. The vehicle sound is going on there. Some cricket or something may be making some sound there. The wind may be blowing. Everything is recorded in your mind, subconscious mind. Everything. So it will be stored. Whenever, recently one mother came to me and asked, Swamiji, do you know a hypnotherapist? Yes, I know one doctor is there. You can go to that. Why do you want the hypnotherapist? She told, I have lost an important document. I don't know where I have placed it. It's very important. So I'll go to the hypnotherapist and put myself into hypnosis and he can trace back where I misplaced that. See? It is there. It is science. The doctor, I don't know whether he did it. She went to the doctor and it is there. So you have forgotten somewhere. Now the doctor can put you back. You may have forgotten. You might have not noted it. But it is recorded. Everything is there. So everything of your past lives, maybe millions of lives. To get the first human life, you have to go through from the virus, bacteria, and going the plant kingdom, animal kingdom, reptiles, everything, snake, pig, monkey, finally human birth. After 8.4 million lives, you will get the first human life. After that, God alone knows how many lives you have taken up. So all that is stored up in your Muladhara or in your subconscious mind. Everything is there. So that totality of all the work you have done, all that you have taught, everything is recorded. That is Sanchita Karma. Sanchayam is collection. Then comes the next term is Prarabdha Karma. What is Prarabdha? In India, I have seen many people, if they get into difficulty and they can't come out of the situation, they will put their head on that. Oh, what shall I do? That is my Prarabdha. Prarabdha, they will tell. What is this Prarabdha Karma? Prarabdha is that portion of your totality of Sanchaya Karma that is responsible for the present life. These are the ripe and fructuous action and reactions. The things that you did in the past make you what you are today. It cannot be avoided. But see, you have so much of karma. Maybe you have to, so much of karma that to exhaust that you may have to take another 100 or 200 lives. So you cannot exhaust that in this life itself. So only some portion is taken and then put here. Now you should note that only the small letter gods like Indra, Chandra, Vayu, Varuna, all the planets, you are afraid of Shanaishchara, Shanigraha, Guru Graha will do something good, moon, earth and all that thing. You Navagraha, you go and pray. They are the Karmadhyakshas. They don't give you punishment. They are only officers who will bring that karma of yours at that time and give you the fruits, that's all. So nobody can punish you, nobody can reward you. It is the work you have done, positive or negative, that gives the result. So these gods only bring you that result at that time. That's all, nothing else. So if you scold or if you get angry with Yama, what can Yama do? Yama is only performing his duty. Just like the judge, whether you have done some wrong things or good things, he will reward you, good or bad, according to the legal system of that country. That's all. Likewise, These gods and goddesses, they bring you that result at that time. That is all. But you and I and everybody are responsible for everything, whether good or bad. So that is to be noted. So prarabdha is that which is already fructifying. Then what is this agami? Yeah, now we have come to this life. When we are babies, when we are children, we do not know. We do not know what is right and wrong. We do not know what is good and bad. The animals also do not know. So they will not get agami karma. But we, after coming to know what is good, what is bad, what is right, what is wrong, in spite of that, we do so many karmas now. So we will start accumulating more karma result now. That is called, which we are doing now in this life, is called agami karma, which we are now putting up, taking up so many things, okay? Now we have got, in a general view, what are the three types of karma? Sanchita karma, totality, sanchaya. Second, prarabdha, which is fructified now, taken this body. Why have I got this particular color? Why was I born in India? Why were you born in South Africa? Why did you get this father and mother? Why did you get this skin color? Why did you get this much of intelligence? All is decided by your prarabdha karma. Then agami karma means which you are now doing something that is getting totaled up again back to your sanchaya karma. That is agami karma. Now, to understand this better, our scriptures give the example of bow and arrow, the archer. Now, the archer, he comes, he has so many missiles in his quiver. Now, all the totality, he has done so much of exercise and he has practiced and he has so much of mantra. So many astra, shastra, missiles, he has put it in his quiver. That is sanchaya, is collected, sanchita karma. Now, he has gone to the battlefield. He has seen the enemy. Now, he knows what is his capacity. Suppose there is a small sparrow. Will you put a nuclear missile to kill a sparrow? No, you will use an ordinary missile. Likewise, now what will this archer do? Take one arrow, a missile, looking at the opponent, seeing his strength, he will take a much more stronger missile and hit him. So, that is prarabdha karma. What is that? Now he's taken out the missile from the sanchita karma, put it to his arrow, then released it. Now it is not in a control. It has already gone out of the arrow. You cannot call it back. It has to go and reach the end. So now we have started coming to this, taking the body, and we have started fructifying this. So this is prarabdha karma. You cannot now pull it back. You have to undergo all that. That's why when something difficult comes in India, they tell, oh, it's my prarabdha karma. What shall I do? I cannot come out of this. That is the agami karma. Now you saw sanchita karma and prarabdha karma with this example of bow and arrow. Okay. Now, if everything is decided by karma, then you will get into a mode of fatalism, fate. So what shall I do? I'll keep quiet. I will become lazy. Oh, it's my fate. It's my karma. Then I'm not going to do anything. No. There are two aspects in this karma. What is that? See, in agami karma, there are two types. What is that? Agami, as I told you, agama means which is going to come. So, in this life, you are thinking something. Deeply you are thinking something. That is agama karma. Then after that, you put it into action. That is kriyamana karma. You are doing something. So that thinking also produces result, and your action also produces future result. That is the karma. Now, let us go to another aspect of this. What is that? Essentially, in simple English, all these karmas can be categorized broadly as fate and free will. Now comes the important aspect of karma. What is that? Fate and free will. They are intertwined. That's why we get confused, fate and free will. What is that? The first two karmas, what are they? Sanchita and prarabdha, or fate. And the next two karmas, kriyamana and agama. You can change your thought. You need not think bad thought. So it's in your hand. So it's in your hand. You can think good thought, then you can come out of it. If you dream and think bad things and putting others into trouble, jealousy, all these things, you'll get into trouble. So it is in your hand. So don't think bad thoughts. That is the first, this thing of the karma aspect of karma. So it is not fate. You can change it. And the action now you do, also you can change it. You can stop hurting, troubling others, doing only good things to others, serving others. So you can get more punya. So it's in your hand. So that is free will. The first two, sanchita and prarabdha, it is not in your hand. But what about the other two? It is in your hand. So that is free will. Now Swami Vivekananda tells, if my present condition is the result of my past karmas, then you should note that the future result is in your present work. So learn to work properly now. That will decide your future. So your future is in your own hands. That is free will. Don't take it as fatalism, fated. Now, another example is given by another saint. What is that? Now, up to your 20th year or 21st year, you grow. Your height goes on increasing. After 21st or 20th year, your height doesn't increase, isn't it? So, your height is fate. What about your weight? Growing this way sidewards, long, lengthy development is okay. It is fate. What about your round development? That is in your hand. You can increase or you can decrease. So what we do, we think the weight, putting on the weight as fate. Oh, what can I do? And go on eating nicely and increase the weight. But if you exercise, if you diet well, then you can control your weight. So that is not fate. It is free will. It's in your hand. So now you can change your fate. You can change all your bad karmas by performing good karmas. Now I'll tell you again, prarabdha karma cannot be stopped at all. It has already left the arrow. It will reach the destination. But Mother Sharda Devi tells, if you do the japa, name of God, take the name of God given by the Guru, after mantra diksha, what is the use? Somebody asked Mother Sharda Devi. Mother Sharda Devi tells, if you do the japa, take the name of God, the name, the mantra given by the Guru, what happens is, if in your karma, today, a big blow has to fall on my leg and my leg is to be amputated or it has to be fractured. If that is my prarabdha karma, according to my past deeds, if that is my today's karma, if I am taking the name of the God, if I am doing good work of the God, if I am meditating on God, so how will it nullify or reduce that karma? That big karma of breaking or amputating or even fracturing your leg will go away with a pin prick. That is the effect of taking the name of the God. Meditation, puja, doing good works, Mother Sharda Devi tells. So, it's in your hand. You can change your fate. So, name of the God is very, very powerful. Taking the name of the God, doing the japa given by the Guru, whatever mantra the Guru has given in the mantra diksha, if you perform that daily, meticulously, that much you perform. The more you perform, the more you can neutralize, remove all your karmas. Doing karma yoga, helping others, poor people, free of charge, going and serving the patients, serving the poor people, serving the needy people, giving them hampers, hard-earned money is given. You are neutralizing all the bad karmas now. That's why you have to do charity. That's why you have to do good deeds. That's why you have to do puja, havan, everything. All that is now, what is it doing? It is neutralizing and it is reducing all the karmas you have done. It is making you lighter and lighter. So now you have come to know it is not fate. You can change your fate by free will, by this activity. It's so wonderful, isn't it? So now, why are you connecting this to this Bhagavad Gita? Yes, the last class I told you, Swami Vivekananda explained this verse in a different way. What is that? Ya enam vetti hantaram yaschainam manyate hatam mubhautau na vidanito nayam hanti na hanyate. When who considers that Atman as the slayer and who considers this Atman as the slain, both of them do not know that it does not kill nor is it killed. Now Swami Vivekananda explains this in a completely different way, so nicely. He makes it so relevant and so practical. What does he tell? Any action, karma, that you do for yourself, selfishness, brings its effect to bear upon you. If it is a good action, you will have to take the good effect, and if bad, you will have to take the bad effect. Okay, why should we not then do good action and get the good result? Okay, wonderful. You have asked the question. You see, the punya or the good action is also binding you. The bad action is also binding you. What is the difference? Now, the bad action, papa, is a iron chain. But what about the good action, punya? It is also binding you. It's a golden chain, that's all. You are bound by golden chain, that's all. Both are binding you. You should become free. That's why what is to be done? Now Swami Vivekananda gives the path so nicely. He tells, what is that? But any action that is not done for your own sake, that is unselfishly, whatever it be, will have no effect on you. It will not create any karma on you. There is to be found a very expressive sentence in our scriptures embodying this idea. Even if he kills the whole universe or be himself killed, he is neither the killer nor the killed when he knows that he is not acting for himself at all. Therefore, Karma Yoga teaches, do not give up the world. Do not run away to Himalayas. Do not run away to the forest. Do not give up the world. Live in the world. Imbibe its influence as much as you can. But if it be for your own enjoyments and pleasures, work not at all, because it will bind you. But if you do it for others, then it will release you. Have you not seen how the lock and key works? Have you noticed how the lock and key works? You use the same energy, the lock is the same, the key is the same, the energy is the same, but if you turn it clockwise, it binds you. The lock binds you. The same energy, the same key, the same lock, if you turn it anti-clockwise, it releases you. Action is the same, result is different. So if you do your work for selfishness, for your own enjoyment, only for your family and yourself, it binds you. If you do it for everybody, to others, to keep everyone happy, for all, then it releases you, says Swami Vivekananda. See, so beautifully the secret is given out. And I told you the example in the Karma Yoga or in the Mahabharata of the butcher in the last class, how the butcher was killing the animals, selling the animals, hunting the animals. But he was doing that as an act of offering to God. Everything, because he told, I am born in the family of a butcher. So I have not decided to be born here. So whatever work has come to me, butchery, I am doing it as a offering to God. So he looked after his parents nicely. He did not do that for himself, and helping other people, he attained the highest And whatever teaching he gave to that great yogi is recorded as Vyadha Gita. The Bhagavad Gita of the butcher is recorded in Mahabharata. How could he get the knowledge of the highest? And he was not touched by the karmas at all, even though he was killing the animals. He didn't do it for himself. He did it as an offering to God. So, whatever work you do not know what is good or bad. Isn't it? How do you know what you are doing is good? You may think you are giving it to somebody poor and you are helping, you may be feeling very happy. Who knows, that person may be taking that money and using it for drugs or other things. You may be getting papa. Who knows? God alone knows. But if you do that as an offering to God, then you will not get again the bad effect of it. In the gospel, Sri Ramakrishna gives one beautiful example. What is that? Now one butcher was going to kill the cow. He wanted to take it to the butchery to kill a cow. Now he was hungry, he was weak, he was pulling the cow was refusing to go, it knew that he is going to kill it. Now he was tired. He saw there was a charity house, Annachatra, where they were giving free food. He saw the board, oh, everybody is giving free food, given their free food. So he tied this cow to the tree. He went there to that, ate nicely, got strength, and he came out and he pulled this cow, went and killed this. Now who got the result of the killing the cow? Ramakrishna tells, the owner of the charity, the person who gave the food, he got that. Why? He got the strength to kill this animal by eating the food given by that man of charity. So how do you know whatever you are doing is good or bad? So that's why do every action of yours as an offering to God. God will take away all the bad effect of it and give you only the good effect. That's why do every action of yours, mean or anything, even the worldly or ordinary act, do it as an offering to God. That will release you, protect you. So first of all, do unselfish work more. Selfish work little, yes, you have to maintain your family, everything, do it less. But more of good work. But at the same time, know for certain, do it as an offering to God. Then that will not trouble you. How to come out of that, all the bad effects, and be released and get eternal freedom and know your true nature. Now you can get the secret from all these verses of Bhagavad Gita. So now we shall go forward to know some more beautiful secrets here from Lord Yama. So one example of, let us take the example of this Yama itself. Now, the king of death is feared by everybody. You are afraid of Yamaraj, everybody. Anybody who wants to welcome Yamaraj? No. Everybody wants to keep him away. But now, Yama, that king of death, or the god of death, he is taking away the life of somebody. So many people are afraid. They don't want to give up their body. He's killing them, forcibly taking them away. But he's still worshipped as a god. He's not affected by, he's killing all the people. All the killing is done by him. Has the karma touched him? Why? He is doing it as a duty only. He doesn't enjoy it. He's doing it as an offering to the highest Lord. He's doing his duty, so it is not touched. It is not touching him. I gave you another example. The work is neither good nor bad. What was the example given last time? The soldier goes, take the gun, kills the enemies, maybe in hundreds, he's rewarded a medal. The same soldier goes and kills his neighbor for his property dispute. What is the result? Will he be rewarded? Will be jailed. Why? It was the same action of killing the person here on the battlefield, here his neighbor. What was the difference? There he was rewarded, here he is put to the jail. Because work is neither good nor bad, with what intention you do. There it was as a sacrifice. The soldier even didn't care for his life, for the sake of the country, for the sake of the people, to protect his countrymen. He went and did the act of killing there, sacrificing his life. Here, for his own property dispute, he did it, selfishness, he got the child. So, work done with selfishness creates problem. Done with unselfishness for others will not bind you. So that's what we learned from this verse. Now we shall go and go a little deeper and see. Have you not noted that there is one more thing? You use every day, you are using something. What is that you are using every day? That is your credit card and debit card, isn't it? Most of you, even the small children nowadays, they use the debit card and credit card. So now, what is that debit card and credit card? Papa and Punya is compared to that debit card and credit card. Now, if you use the money first and then pay later, then you will first do the work, get all the enjoyment, and then pay later. That is Papa. So it is like credit card and debit card. So whatever you perform, you are going to get the Papa and Punya. That example is given out there. Now you see that we studied about the free will and all the karmas. So now coming back to the explanation of Yama, there is one more thing. If we extend this karma theory psychologically, we find that most of our pain are in the form of hurt and guilt. The role of the victim or bhokta, I am the enjoyer. So you will think, I am now in the guilt. Somebody is troubling me, it is hurting me. That produces, if you are thinking that you are a victim, it produces hurt. And the role of karta, doer, produces guilt. So long as one is the doer and the enjoyer, he will be assailed by these two feelings of pain, hurt and guilt. That is this world. So the man of knowledge, when you come to know you are the Atman, if you realize God, you transcend guilt and pain by transcending the doership and also the enjoyership. As a body, one will ever be, if you identify yourself with this body, you will be always either having hurt or guilt. To transcend this, one should identify with the Lord or the consciousness. Now, we have studied that 19th verse and we have almost completed it. Now, today we shall enter into the 20th verse. What is the 20th verse? Najayate mriyate va kadachit nayam bhutva bhavitana bhuyaha ajo nityah shashvatoyam purano nahanyate anyamane sharire. Please let us chant this verse. Second chapter, 20th verse. If you have the book, you can repeat that after me. Najayate mriyate va kadachit Najayate mriyate va kadachit Nayam bhutva bhavita va na bhuyaha Nayam bhutva bhavita va na bhuyaha Ajo nitya shashvatoyam purano Ajo nityah shashvatoyam purano Nahanyate hanyamane sharire Nahanyate hanyamane sharire. The simple meaning of this verse is, the 20th verse, Lord Krishna is telling this self, the Atman, is never born, nor does it ever die. It is not something that having been born, it again ceases to be. Unborn, eternal, and everlasting. This ancient one is not killed when the body is killed. That is the simple meaning of this verse. Again, what is Lord Krishna trying to tell here? This is another important verse. All these are highly philosophical. Again, this also is taken from the Upanishad. And to highlight its importance alone, we find that the meter has changed. Earlier, my way of chanting was different. Now, this has changed a little. This is called Trishtup Chandas. The earlier was Anushtup Chandaha. So, this is a little more longer. So, that itself is showing its important alone. We find the very meter of the verse is changed. Until now, the number of letters were less. Now you find the verse is longer verse. The importance is shown here. And the essence of this verse is that you are Atman, that you are free from all modifications or changes or nirvikaraha. So what are the changes in your body? Have you noticed? In our scriptures, it is told there are 6 types of changes in your body. What are they? The first one is Asti. What is Asti? Existence. You come to existence in the seed form. In the womb, you will see that the ovum. Then you will become a womb. The living being comes into existence there. So in the seed form, that is Asti. What is the second change? Then it is Jayate, taking birth. Then what is the third change? Vardate, growing. What is the fourth change? Viparinamate, metamorphosis or changing. What is the next change? Is apakshiyate, decaying. That is old age. And finally, vinashyati, perishes. We die like a graph. Changes happen gradually. Growth up to 20th year or something. Then thereafter between 20 to 50, there is no growth. It is metaphor, you only change. Then almost the graph grows straight up to 50. After that you see the graph goes down. So it is, you are becoming old and everything is in problem. So that may change from individual to individual. Maybe for some it starts at 40, some it starts at 50, but time comes when the declension begins. Suddenly all of us begin to discover that we have some joints in our body, and previously we never knew. We were just rushing, enjoying, and we were so mobile. Now even sitting down is so difficult, and standing up is also difficult. Getting up from the bed is so difficult. It has become like a project work. So if it is a project, we have to plan. If you have to face in this direction or that direction, and we end up in some other direction. This is all sign of old age. So see, the change is happening. The end of this change is marana, death. All these 6 modifications are there for your body. Here Krishna says, Atman, your true nature, God who is within you, is free from all these 6 modifications. You are not born, you do not grow, you do not decay, you do not die. That is your true nature. Then what is happening? That is only your body. Then what are we to do? Then what is the solution? Then what are we learning from all this Bhagavad Gita and other things? That we are learning a beautiful lesson. And what is that? We have to shift our identification from the body to the Atman. That is our true nature. That is what we have to learn. That is, if we don't learn, then we have to go on suffering with this identification and having all the different type of problems. That is why We are studying this Bhagavad Gita and everything is happening now. Now let us see as an essence of now the important lesson we learn from Lord Krishna in this battle of life is that our spiritual sadhana consists of shifting our identification from this perishable body, ego, and the other complexes, the body, mind, ego complex, to imperishable Atman, that is spiritual practice. The whole aim of spiritual sadhana is shifting my identification from perishable anatman or body to imperishable Atman. What will happen then? We can overcome fear, anxiety, all the problems, sorrow of death. So everything can be overcome and attain eternal freedom, infinite bliss, infinite peace, infinite security. Therefore, what are we immortalizing now? We are all trying to immortalize our body and mind and ego. So it cannot be immortalized. At the same time, your Atman need not be immortalized. Why? Because it is already immortal. Then what are we doing? Only our false identification from this mortal body is to be shifted to your real nature, that is the immortal self, the Atman which you are. So that is the thing which we have to do now. Now we shall go to study, make it more relevant. We'll take the help of Swami Ranganathanandaji Maharaj. Ranganathanandaji Maharaj, in explaining this najayate mriyate va kadajit nayam bhutva bhavita va na bhuyaha ajo nityaha shashvatoyam purano nahanyate hanyamane sharire, he tells this verse is similar to one in the Kathopanishad, almost verbatim. Najayate, the Atman has no birth. You don't have really birth. Naturally, na mriyate, it has no death. Kadachit, ever. Nayam bhutva, abhavita, vana bhuyaha, it is not that. Having been again, it ceases to be. Ajo, it is unborn. Ja or jo means to be born. Now Ranganathanji Maharaj tells from this word ja or jo, genetics has come in English language. So most of the European languages, the origin is Sanskrit. They are called Indo-European group of languages. So whereas the genetics come from this Sanskrit word ja or jo, means to be born. From this the word genetics comes in English language. So ajo, without birth, nityaha, eternal, shashvataha, everlasting, purana, the very ancient one, but ever fresh. Do you know, we talk about Purana. Purana means, Shankaracharya explains, Pura api nava. It is very old, but it is always ever fresh and new. The older it becomes, the fresh it is and new. That is your Atman. It is so old, no time can calculate it, but it is always new. That is yourself, that is Atman. That is the meaning of Purana according to Adi Shankaracharya. Pura api nava, eveti Puranaha, ancient and yet ever fresh. That is your true nature. In the modern period, after about 5,000 years of existence, a youthfulness has come to India. Why? Because it always keeps its mind in spirituality. What is the life of India? It is dharma, religion. What is the life of England? They tell dharma pranapakshi, it is politics. What is the life of America, USA? It is commerce, business. What is the life of other countries? It is different thing. But what is the life force of India? It is dharma, religion or spirituality. That's why even though it is so old, again that freshness is coming. Why? Because it is always identified with that spirituality. So after about 5,000 years of existence, youthfulness has come to India. So India has the quality which we find in Atman, God. It is always Purana, though old, it is always fresh. Now coming to this verse, Nahanyate hanyamane sharire. When the body is destroyed, the Atman is not at all touched. It doesn't have pain, it doesn't be destroyed at all. The Atman, that is the consciousness which is within you, your true nature, remains absolutely untouched. Nobody can destroy your true self, that is the Atman. The true self of the human being, that is the truth which is emphasized in Upanishad as well as in Bhagavad Gita again and again. The immortal nature of the human being. Now, the Shvetashvatara Upanishad proclaims all of you human beings as Amrutasya Putraha. What is the meaning of that? You are children of immortality. All of you are children of immortality. See, the Upanishad never tell that you are sinners. Go to other scriptures, always they will be telling you are sinner, you are sinner, you are sinner. You will go to hell and that other things. But what is your Upanishad telling? You are all children of immortality. Where is sin? Where is hell? No, you are all children of God. When you are children of God, where is the question of sin? So that is our Upanishad. Shvetashvatara Upanishad is telling all human beings are Amrutasya Putraha. Even a bit of this awareness can give us tremendous strength, tremendous fearlessness, and tremendous compassion. Why? Because the same God, the same Atman is in every being. That makes us friendly to all and brings out the spirit of love and service in interhuman relationship. This knowledge is behind all ethical sense. Now you can see how the word ethics came, or morality. How is it coming now? So the same Atman or God is in every being. That makes us friendly to all and brings out the spirit of love and service in interhuman relationship. This knowledge is behind all ethical sense and a sense of oneness. Ethics always involves a sense of oneness between people and people. Then only ethical sense can operate. So behind this ethical sense is the truth of fundamental unity. We are all essentially one. See how beautiful knowledge comes by studying Bhagavad Gita and this your true nature. So now we have to shift our identification from this perishable body, perishable mind, ego, and then shift it to your real nature, that is God who is residing within you, or the Atman. Then you see you get so much of peace, bliss, no jealousy, no hatred, nothing. You will be always so light, so blissful, full of joy. That is freedom. So let us study it more and more, meditate on that. See, we are now analyzing, going to the depth and understanding what is this karma and what is all these things. See, if we are immortality and if we are Atman, then why did we come to this body and do all these bad things? Shankaracharya tells a beautiful way by which he takes it. Ajnana, avidya, kama, karma. Then karma phala. What is that? Can we explain? Avidya means ignorance. You forgot your real nature. Because you forgot your real nature, what happened? From avidya came kama, desire. When you are full, when you are complete, when you have everything, you don't have any desire at all. When you think you are empty, you have forgotten your true nature, that you are infinite peace, infinite happiness. That's why now, because of that forgetfulness, avidya, you got desire. Because of desire, you do the work. Because of the work, you are getting the karma phala. And because of that, birth and death and death and birth and sorrow and everything is coming. So all people will ask, when did you do the first karma, bad karma? Forgetfulness of your true nature. Avidya is the first bad karma you have done. What is that? You have forgotten God. You have forgotten your true nature. That's why you are suffering. So come out of that. Remember your true nature. Shift your identification to your true nature. So if you are always remembering God, there will be no suffering at all. That is the meaning of that. How to come out of the suffering? Yes, go back to your true self. So wonderful knowledge you are getting, and all about analytically you have seen it, and now you can go back to your true self. So with this knowledge, and we will still study this verse in depth and make it relevant to our life, but because time has also ended, we are in time now, time, space and causation. So we have to end here. So we will end by meditating or chanting one meditation verse on Bhagavad Gita. Om Mukam Karoti Vachalam Bhangum Langhayate Girim Yat Kripatamaham Vande Paramanandamadhavam. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat. Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Mukam karoti vachalam. A dumb person can become a very good orator. Pangum langhete girim. A lame person who doesn't have legs, he can jump the mountain. How? That means now we are thinking this body and getting so much of suffering. How can we go back, take back the river to the source of the river, and then think of yourself? Mukam karoti vachalam. Even that the most difficult thing can be done. How? Yat kripatamaham vande. If you have the grace of the Lord. So get the grace of God, then you can do which you cannot think, even imagine that I can do it. So you can do any miracles. That is what the last meditation was. Yat kripa tamaham vande paramananda madhavam. By the grace of God, by remembering God, you can do any miracles. So let us think of the Lord, go back to our source and get that eternal freedom.